live. Out there. Hope everyone is having a great Friday, beginning of your weekend. Feeling pretty good, especially getting to jam on this Lucille model. Look at that, a white Lucille model. Pretty sweet. And I just put new strings on it right before this live stream. So anyway, this is a back to basics, so I've been coming back here and doing some live streams just covering, guitar fundamentals. And so in this video or live stream, and what's up Instagram out there, I'm going to go over this thing I call the Ultimate E Blues Run. And that's what I was playing there in that little intro. But it's this little freeway, this little map that gets you up and down the entire neck in the blues scale. And it's specifically for the key of E, but it starts with something that's become kind of a classic guitar meme these days. It actually starts, not a joke, it starts with 0-3-5. But it really starts with that. So just think this is for the key of E blues, E rock, for instance, like Purple Haze by Hendrix or Hey Joe by Hendrix, any classic blues, Black Sabbath, this scale is going to be great for that and the key of E. So we're going to go 0-3-5 on that open E string. And for right now, we're not going to add what's called the blues note. We're going to just keep it all index finger and ring finger. And let me just show it to you. 0-3-5. And then slide up to the 7 with the ring finger. So 0-3-5-7. All right. So 0-3-5, slide to 7. And then on the A string, we go 5-7. And that's the root again. And then on the D string, we go 5-7 again. So 0-3-5-7, 5-7, 5-7. And then backwards, 7-5-7-5, slide with the ring finger, 7-5-3-0. That's only the beginning of it. But tons of riffs are built just off that very thing. So that was just the very beginning of it, but when you're in the lower register of the minor pentatonic, that's where a lot of those kind of riffs come from. And then as you climb up the register, that's more where the soloing, lead guitar solo range kind of comes in. So we're gonna keep going, but you know, if there's any pertinent questions about this so far, or just lead guitar or guitar questions, I am open to taking them. Please let me know. Also, huge shout out to my friends at Gibson for inviting me back as a little guest here. I really appreciate it. And then also I've got my buddy Brian here that's, you know, keeping track. If there's any really cool comments, he's looking as well. Anything going on over there, Brian?
It's mostly people love that guitar.
Yes, thank you. I'm trying to distract you with the guitar itself. So just keep staring at this guitar, and I'll keep going. Okay, so we had that 035, right? 0357, 5757. And I've only used my index and ring finger. Now I'm on the D string on the 7th fret. I'm going to slide that up a whole step. 9 to the 9th fret. Then on the G string, I'm on 7, 9. So if I go backwards, 9, 7, and then I'm going to slide with the ring finger. You want to try picking every note, but also you can do hammer-ons and slides. Now I'm up to that G string spot. So then we go to the 8th fret on the B string with the index finger. So that's a little different. So look at that. That's 8th fret on the B string with my index finger. Then ring finger to 10. So you get, there's a lot of licks in that spot right there. Brian, how are you doing?
Oh, great.
All right. So finally, we go up to one final spot, and I'm going to slide up to 12 on the B string. And then on the high E, it's 10, 12. And when you're on that final note there, that's the octave. That's the E on the 12th fret. So when you end there, you're back at now the E root minor main pentatonic that everyone knows. You know? So you're climbing from the lowest string you have all the way up to the home row spot. So I'm going to go over that back and forth one more time. And you can always watch this again. This is archived at the Gibson YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram. And so here it is. It's 035. Slide to 7. 5, 7. 5, 7. Slide to 9. 7, 9 on the G. Index finger now on the A to the B. To 10. Slide to 12. And then 10, 12 on the high E. But you can eventually, at some point, switch that 12th fret high E to your index finger. And now you're at that home row pentatonic. Now, if we were to go descending down the scale, 12, 10, 12, 10. And then 8, and then ring finger, 9, 7, and then slide with the ring finger to 9, 7, 5. Write down the same thing. All index finger and ring finger. Check it out. so the idea is you practice that. It's a great like couch exercise where, you know, let's say I'm not even turned on and I'm just running that over. I can still kind of have a conversation and kind of play the exercise, just doing some muscle memory programming. And then you try and make it into music. And what you do is you practice that up and down, but you just stop along the way in all the different spots up and down and just milk those areas and get licks out of every single spot. Like, it's more riffy in the lower range. But as you go up, so I'm just using parts of that scale run, but just staying in one area. And then when I'm kind of got all my licks out of that spot, I just keep climbing up, and wherever I stop, I just kind of stay in that spot. Brian, how's it going over there?
Good.
Any important topics anything I'm missing out there?
Marlita Peralt says, I like your mean face.
My mean face. That's my mean face is my funk face. That's my funk face. So Denise on Instagram, what topic is he teaching today? I am talking about a scale, which is a set of notes that you can play. So a scale, and it's bluesy, but it's for rock and blues. And this one I'm using is the key of E because we have the lowest E string that we can start with. And so it's a run of notes, and if you practice it enough, you can actually create your own music out of it. And so that is the topic. Thank you very much, Denise. Victor on Instagram, where's 035? I don't think he understands the finger placement on the frets. 035. Well, what I mean is the O of the open E string. The 3 is the 3rd fret. And the 5 it's the 5th fret, as in 0 fret, 3 fret, 5 fret. Now, you might be referring to the root 3/5 term in music theory, which is referring to a tonic, a major or minor third, and a perfect fifth, which forms a triad, major or minor chord. You may be referring to that, Victor. But I'm talking about a blues scale. And 035 being the tablature numbers. Thank you very much. All right. RB240. Tuner on YouTube. Oh, let's see. RB240 tuner on YouTube. Can you go into soloing from the blues E scale? I never thought of that. So check it out. If you're jamming an E, you have the classic E blues scale on the 12th fret. By the way, if you were only allowed to know one scale, that would be the scale. Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, forever, and so forth down the stairway of heaven. That was the number one spot, right? So you've got that, and that's typically what most people are using in their arsenal first. So if you have that, but then you have a whole neck-long freeway to get to it, it opens up all these different possibilities. So you still have this. In fact, I'll even change the loop here in the progression to just a straight blues, right? So let's see. we have the basic that everyone knows, right? But you can climb up to it and stop along the way of the blues run. Funk face. I wasn't thinking about it, but I see myself in the reflection and now I'm thinking about it, but I'll do it again. Why not? Here we go. So I just went up that run and I ended on that 12th fret. I can switch my finger and be in the original shape. I can go back down. Back up. Home row. Back down. Ah, sorry. Okay, Brian on Facebook is asking, is there a tab that I can share to help you guys? And, I definitely have free diagrams at martymusic.com that show all the pentatonic scales. And I have a free licks course that uses this technique. But I do have a, definitely if you just look up on Marty Music, if you were to type in Ultimate E Blues Run, a video will come up and it'll just be a video dedicated to that whole concept going nice and slow. And I just did a fresh video with it that's not even out yet. So just if you check out Marty Music on YouTube, totally free videos, Ultimate E Blues Run or Ultimate E Blues Scale, you will see this topic there. Now check this out. Here's another good thing. And Brian, and am I missing any crucial questions or comments over on your end?
Well, Bill Allen is answering someone's question. He says, I think the idea is to use the skill to improvise. Try finding the first position of E major. Yeah.
It is a way to improvise because even just playing up and down the scale with the pentatonic like that, it sounds kind of already like a blues scale, like the blues, like just the run itself. Here it is, just, as straight as I can play it. A piece of it right here. That was just down the scale, as boring and straight as with no humanity, right? Same exact thing, not even like licks, but just humanity, an effort to add humanity. So it was the same thing, but just vibrato, slide, hammer on, little pinch there. Right, but yeah, if you just repeat little parts of it too. But just repeat parts of it, you immediately start creating little patterns and motifs. Jeremy on Facebook has a question. And Jeremy, what's up? Thanks for watching. In the 12-bar blues, is there a pattern you can use to solo over it? Yeah, if you're playing 12-bar blues in E, everything in this video can be used as the solo over it. Home row. ultimate E run down. Now another thing, if you just were to look at the 5-7 on the E, the 5-7 on the A, and the 5-7 on the D, and the root is that 7 of the A, so just a little box right here. But just know the root is either the open E or that 7th fret A string. And you have this little box right here. Anytime you're hitting that root, you could play a power chord instead with the open E. Or you could play, even better, the E Hendrix chord, which is an E7 sharp 9. So it'd be the 7th fret A string, 6th fret D, 7th fret of the G, and then what's called the sharp 9 is this 8th fret. So watch, I have the little box. On Facebook, what's the thing to keep in mind while soloing, improvising, so you don't sound like you're playing the pentatonic scale? That can be a lifelong journey to explore. It's a deep rabbit hole, Emmanuel, but what you really want to do is, one, you do want to practice the pentatonic over and over and over just as a practice thing, so you know it so well and it's so ingrained in you that you can eventually forget about the actual patterns. You know it so well and what each note sounds like over each different chord and licks that you've built up. You know, you build a vocabulary up. So there's so many things. But if you're like really struggling and just learning it, you want to repeat parts of that run and try and explore the scale and listen to what you're doing, but repeat parts of it. So you're creating little motifs. You also want to leave a lot of space too, but repeat parts. So here's an example from that same run. Same two notes, and I'm exploring. I don't know a lot, but I'm exploring the two notes. Part of the run. Repeat. And then go somewhere else with it. Or change it up. Maybe not repeat it that many times, but you get what I was doing there. You don't have to repeat it 100 times. But actually, you'd be surprised, like in a live setting with a live audience, the longer you repeat the lick, the more nuts the audience goes. It's really true. It doesn't have to be a hard lick. Like that's like a buddy guy kind of thing, right? You know, crowd pleasing and entertaining. But for real, if you like milk the lick, be-do-do, 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 be-do, and you just go, I'm just going to see what happens. If you just keep doing it, the audience will go crazy. Then the audience will start to get weirded out, and then they'll go crazy again. And then eventually they will leave. But if you know the right thread, if you know the right needle to thread, you can really work the audience that way. Pro tip. So I'm getting a report here from Gibson headquarters. Thank you, Paige, for the instant report. There's nothing there, but it's deep chip inside. She said there's lots of viewers from Turkey on Instagram, particularly right now. So I'm going to look at you guys because I know that's Instagram up there. But hello in Turkey. I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. And I hope you guys are enjoying guitar out there and just enjoying yourself. I'm not sure what brings us all together in this particular moment in time, but I appreciate you so much. So hope you're well out there in Turkey. Love to visit you sometime. And yeah, that's so cool that there's guitar fans all over the world. And without the internet, you wouldn't really know as much about that. Yeah? Yeah? Brian? Yeah?
Definitely. I went to Turkey.
You did?
Yeah, it was great.
How many years ago was that?
Oh, man.
Over 20 years ago. Oh, wow.
Sorry, I'm having trouble.
No, we're not going to Turkey yet. Okay, so let me just recap what we did, you guys, especially if people are tuning in again or tuning out. Okay, so Tana on YouTube asked, any tips on how to approach palm muting and how to practice? There are certain nuances like vibrato, and bending, your intonation, palm muting is a big one. But these are certain things where you have to get through all the basic fundamentals first, and then it leaves you more room in your consciousness to think about some of those finer details. I found that palm muting, for me, was one of those things. It's just the more I played guitar, the more I got better at it. Because really, palm muting is a certain amount of muting with your right palm. If you do too much, you don't hear a note. If you don't do any, you don't hear that characteristic. So if you have the fundamentals decent with like whatever it is you're working on, like the chord progression or the scale that requires the palm muting, you want to get that down so well that then you can just stare at your right hand. And pay attention to that. But I found vibrato, palm muting, all that, just the more you play, those little things creep up, the better your fundamentals get. You can put more energy into those finer details. Okay, so we were doing the ultimate E blues run. You can watch back where I cover this. It's for the key of E. It works great for E blues or E rock. And it goes 0, 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 9, 7, 9, 8, 10, slide to 12, 10, 12. And then backwards would be 12, 10, 12, 10, 8, 9, 7, 9, slide to 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 3, 0. And with that, you can jam. And by the way, you guys, this is my, not mine, actually. This is a Gibson, custom Gibson ES335 custom BB King Lucille model. I think even with the cigarette burn from the guitar it's based on, you can see the crown there. BB King model, you guys. It's amazing. So anyway, work on that E run. You can watch back, and you will get stuff like this. All right. So just a few shout outs here, and then we're wrapping up. Brian, any final important questions over there that I missed?
No, that was awesome. Well, Jim Siff says,
Jim,
play simple but melodic.
Simple but melodic.
He says tone is better than fancy licks.
Tone is better than fancy licks. I'd say, yeah, I think that's true. When you're so gifted, like technically, it's hard not to do that. And I'm referring to like those prodigies out there, right? In other words, I'm saying I'm lucky that I can't shred like some of those shredders out there. But anyway, yes, that is true. However, those super talented people out there that are just so gifted, I think it's really hard for them to hold themselves back like that. I don't have to worry about that. But anyway, some shout outs. YouTube, I'm That Cook. Wow Alves on Facebook, thank you. Paul Jennings, Becky Lee, Jeffrey Levenberg. Tone is all left hand. I think it's a lot of right hand. Like for instance, Mark Knopfler is playing without a pick, and all that tone is in that right hand. John Watson, I'm using the Marty music looper. Rod Wise, thank you. Tim Matheson, thank you. Evan Jones, thank you so much. I'm not doing private lessons, but Marty music, you can check that out. Rod Wise, thank you so much, you guys. Got a few more here. Thank you. Oh, Neil, thank you. And Brian, thank you. Oh, thank you. Horatio, Larry, Carson, thank you. Sabine Hund, Josh. Oh, Patrick Herrig, thank you. Wow. I'm getting a little nervous, Brian. It's all positive. We were definitely time. It's definitely time to wrap up. It's Friday. It's very positive. I appreciate all your support, you guys. Thanks, Brian. Thank you, Gibson. We'll see you real soon, you guys. Take care. We'll see you later.